Hello and welcome back to Sound Bites. My name is Rob Carson on Spoody Radio, Spoody.com. Glad to have you with me today. Much to get to on the show. Including the death of those ready-made food services that you get. Whether it be a Blue Apron or, whatever. They're already saying that they're done. They're over. Really? I just started doing it about a year ago. So whatever. We'll get to that very shortly on the show. If you want to write me personally, carsonontheradio@gmail.com. carsonontheradio@gmail.com. You can also look on Facebook. I'm there at Rob Carson's table. Rob Carson's table is where I am. So check that out if you would. And again, thank you for joining me today. On the way, just a second, but the death of mail order meal kits. Really? 2019 James Beard Restaurant finalists. We'll get into a little bit on that. McDonald's goat cheeseburger. Why they charge 25 cents at Whole Foods, or not Whole Foods, at Aldi for your cart, and the person taking your order at a drive-thru may not be a person at all, and $18 is how much the world's best scotch costs. Yeah, I know. So all of that is coming up on the show today. Also, I'm going to try. I've got it. You know what? Let's do this right now. Carb craze. We got the whole carb craze. People are saying you can't have carbs anymore. And this is another. I get so tired of just these diet fads that hit us, and the caveman diet and the cabbage soup diet and all this crap. Honestly, food is food is food. Your body generally can figure it out. Your body can generally figure it out. What you need, what you don't need. But, some people go overboard and they get all obese and everything. And while I would like to lose about 30 pounds, I try to just, incorporate a lot of different foods in my diet. There are these new, and I talked about these last week. They're coming out with different ways to substitute flour in things like pasta, in things like tortillas, and all those things. And, and they've been doing this for years. And by and large, most of the products kind of suck. They're making tortillas out of cheese. In front of me, I have naked crepes. These are crepes, essentially, called crepini. And what you do is you heat these up in a pan. It's a crepe. And you're substituting a crepe and this is made mostly of egg, by the way. This is made mostly of egg. And you're substituting because normally what is a crepe? Crepe is essentially egg and flour, right? And the crepini is a kind of a much lower carb, kind of thin version of a tortilla. Wow. You're watching on YouTube at Rob Carson. It's... Compared to a tortilla, it's a little thin. Almost like falling apart, like you couldn't make a burrito out of it. That said, I'm going to go ahead and taste it. I'm not going to make food noises because there's nothing worse than hearing somebody taste something. These were $2.99 for 3 crepes. $2.99 for 3 crepes. They're sweet. They're crumbly. You couldn't make a burrito out of these. You couldn't do anything with these. You couldn't do anything with these. You might be able to roll a crepe with some whipped cream in the middle and some strawberries on it like you'd normally have a crepe. There, I tried it. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to try. I was at a store called Sprouts today. They have Siete grain-free tortilla chips. They are dairy-free, paleo, and vegan. Can you just lighten the hell up with food? Grain-free, paleo, and vegan. And these are Siete, made with 100% avocado oil. They're called Fuego, so they're spicy. I'm going to open these up real quick here and see. I worry when you see these 3 things on the front. Grain-free or dairy-free, paleo, and vegan, which means suck, suck, and suck. So I'm going to try these right now. We will try. I'm not going to chew them on the air, so hold on. Holy crap, these are kind of good. Oh my God. These are actually kind of good. They've got kind of a sweetness to them. These are pretty good. So this whole bag, it's a bag that's literally, and it's very light because they're just chips. There are 4 ounces of chips in this bag, 150 calories per, so 600 calories for the entire bag. Fat, 10%. Saturated fat, 1.5 grams, which is 8% of your daily allowance. Cholesterol, 0. Sodium, not too bad, actually. 5% of your daily intake, 125. Total carb, ATG, 7%. Dietary fiber, 7%. Sugars, 1 gram. That's not bad. I figured it would be like crazy sugary because that's how you make things taste better when they're, made with spectacular ingredients. These are good. SEITE. I could eat a bag of these. These are not bad. These are pretty good. I could eat these with salsa or with I'm making an avocado hummus tonight. These are really good, actually. SIETE. Nice. Okay. Best restaurant in the world. Apparently came out on last week. Let me find it here. A little restaurant in South Africa called Wolfgat. And doesn't that sound tasty? 7-course tasting menu costs $60. Named best in the world. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can see it. It's literally, there's only like 1 table in this restaurant. Okay, 1 table in the restaurant. That's it. There might be a couple of another place. Very simple looking restaurant. Okay. Here's another picture for those of you watching. They serve you a bowl of rocks with 1 oyster on it. That makes it all fancy and everything. And then, there's a picture of literally a salad on a glass plate. It just looks whatever. It's fancy schmancy. I don't know. I like the art of the meal. I like that, but sometimes the little bites get a little pretentious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they need to be they need to be all that big. I'm like a cheesecake factory guy, kind of thing. But sometimes it's just these little bites. They're so pretentious, and you go to one place, and I remember going to a restaurant a few years ago, and their thing was foam. Everything had to have a foam on it, and it was kind of gross. So anyway, that's the best restaurant in the world. It is South African place called Wolfgat. WOLFGAT. Yeah, I'm going to make it there. Okay. Before I get to the death rattle for mail order meal kits, Chick-fil-A has a new sauce for waffle try fans. It is a cheese sauce. I know, big deal, right? It is a kind of a white cheese sauce. $1.19 for a 3-ounce serving, 160 calories. Causing quite a stir. McDonald's is serving, this is kind of interesting because you don't think about McDonald's, man. And McDonald's makes a lot of stuff for a lot of people around the world. They are truly an international company. I know we get tired of McDonald's here because it's the same stuff, and it has always been kind of the same stuff. I mean, they tried different striations of things, and they tried pizza, and they tried hamburger, and all that stuff. But McDonald's is offering a goat cheeseburger. Only one restaurant, that is in Chicago, the trendy West Loop neighborhood. Bunch of new items. Goat cheeseburger sold in Spain normally. Third-pound patty topped with grilled onions, lettuce, smoky onion mayo, and a little bit of goat cheese. That sounds good, actually. I'd like to try that. That sounds like a nice little burger. See, I don't want to rip on Americans, but we are late to the party on a lot of stuff. Okay, we are late to the party on a lot of stuff. That has changed over the years. Also making its debut at this restaurant in Chicago, the double barbecue chicken sandwich from McDonald's France. France is really known for their barbecue. 2 marinated chicken breast patties, pieces, white cheddar cheese, tomato slices, red onion pickles, and Texas-style barbecue sauce because, the French are known for their barbecue. McDonald's HQ is also offering an egg BLT McMuffin from Canada, cheese bites from the UK, which are basically tiny deep-fried balls of mozzarella and Emmental cheese served with mozzarella marinara dipping sauce. Okay. Also, the matcha green tea McFlurry. And these things are at the brand's corporate headquarters for a limited time. For a limited time. Why did they charge 25 cents for a cart at Aldi? This is genius stuff. Genius stuff. Aldi first came to the U.S. in 1976. I didn't start shopping at Aldi until 2006. But when you go to the store for the very first time, most people go up and they're like, what? You've got to do a quarter for the cart? You got to put a quarter in to get a cart. A lot of times I don't have change. And I'll be there, and the next customer will say, just keep it, just take the cart. So 25 cents is what it costs to unlock the cart and get your cart. You know why they do it? Because this small deposit actually gets people to return the cart. They don't leave them in the parking lot. They don't have to have somebody go out there and do the cart wrangling. They don't have to do that. I think it's genius. And I figured out immediately because I didn't want to leave the cart in the lot and know that, by God, that person was going to take my quarter. It's just genius. It's just genius. I lived in a neighborhood where people would leave their CVS cart a mile away from their house at a bus stop near my house. And it's just a pain in the arse. Just honestly, it's a pain in the rear end. So basically, that's why they do it. I think it's genius. One of the many genius things that Aldi does. Love Aldi. Love me some Aldi. Mail order meal kits. Do you use them? I was late to the party on this because I do all my own cooking, and I remember my wife. She said, "Here, try HelloFresh," and I went, "I'm not going to make a meal that somebody else tells me how to cook. Ridiculous. No." And I relented, and I didn't do it. And then she got Blue Apron, which you see if you're watching on YouTube right behind me, Blue Apron. It's right there. Our latest meals. By the way, let me go through the meals that we have here. This is kind of interesting. Freestyle orange chicken stir fry. That sounds good, actually. Creamy shiitake risotto, which again is nice. It's nice. I could make this. Lemon caper tilapia. That's what tilapia is. So easy to make. So easy to make. Cheap fish. Oh, and also they have apparently there's a contest that you can submit a recipe to Blue Apron and possibly go there and share your recipe. That's a pretty good idea, like the American Idol of Blue Apron. I like this. I've got a couple of ones that I want to try. Got a couple of recipes that I could try. Here's the problem that some people are saying they have with these mail order kits. Okay. Originally, these things came around, and you get these perfectly prepared or I should say proportioned ingredients ready to rock with a recipe card. So people sank a lot of money into them. Blue Apron, HelloFresh, Sunbasket, Plated, among others. Celebrities got behind it like Martha Stewart. And, for instance, Blue Apron, founded in 2012, was valued at $2 billion just 3 years later. Apparently, the novelty is kind of worn off for some consumers. One of the problems is, and then one of the problems that I kind of have with them is the packaging. It's pretty heavy duty packaging. There's a lot of packaging on these things. So if you've got like one scallion and it's in a plastic bag, people say it's a little excessive. Plus the energy to use to ship the ingredients nationwide. So there's a little bit of that going on. I understand that. My thing is, like, for instance, when I get a Blue Apron box, which is pretty substantial, 3 meals in the box. I don't even know what they cost. My wife pays for one. I use the boxes, which on YouTube you can see. I use those for care packages for my son at college. So that's how I reuse them. But there's a lot of packaging involved. But here's the other thing. Here's the positive. Because if I were going to make the meals associated with, for instance, the meals that I just talked about, I would go to a grocery store and I would buy an entire package of shiitake mushrooms or whatever. Maybe I'd have to buy them by the pound. It has a balsamic glazed cremini mushrooms as well. So I'd have to go get those, get my, thing. If I didn't have the arboreal rice in the cabinet, I'd have to go buy a whole thing of arboreal rice and the whole deal. Some of the other ingredients, garlic, fromage blanc, which is white cheese, pecorino romano, capers, balsamic vinegar. And if you don't have these in your house, you got to buy the whole deal. You got to buy the whole package. Tilapia, this zucchini with pepper orzo and the lemon caper tilapia. You've got to have parsley, capers, fromage blanc, sweet peppers, zucchini. You got to buy all these things. You got to go and buy a whole zucchini and the whole deal. With the meals, you get the whole thing, and it's already pre-measured, and you're going to use it all. So that's the positive. Okay? So maybe that's a real positive. The freestyle orange chicken with bok choy and snow peas, sweet peppers, bok choy, which you never buy. I do. I like it. I prefer it when it's pickled and really spicy and fermented. Kimchi is awesome. Hoisin soy sauce. If you don't have those, you might have to go out and buy some hoisin. Hoisin. In the words of the Wicked Witch of the West. It's poison, actually. Anyway, you have to buy these things, separately. So what is better? To buy the mail order kit with, a lot of extra packaging and all that stuff, or just going to the store and buying it. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with these. Now there's a local store, and I'm going to get them on my show. They sell food kits in grocery stores, and it's called Happy Food Company, and they literally at the grocery store they have their own little refrigerator, and it's just like Blue Apron, but it's in a grocery store, so the packaging's not excessive, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to get them on the show. This is in Kansas City, by the way. So another problem with the mail order food companies is that something they probably didn't expect, which was that people were going to try these recipes and get good at cooking. People were going to start making these recipes, and my wife and I, we save these recipes because literally, I mean, and it is. Sometimes I get in a rut of making the same thing. It might be pizza, pasta, burritos, blah blah blah. It's easy, chicken, etc. But with these, you try new things. We had a tilapia the other night, and it was simple. It was very simple. It was cod, actually, cod. And I knew how to do this already, but it was kind of nice. It was breaded with panko breadcrumbs and Parmesan or whatever the hell cheese, and baked and whatever. So I knew how to do these things, but it was just kind of easy. It was kind of easy, and it was fun for my wife to try, and she actually likes to cook. Now, she normally did desserts. I did all the cooking. But the problem is that a lot of people, are learning to cook, and now they don't need these things anymore. They don't need them anymore. I don't know. Blue Apron has lost 200,000 customers, 25% of its original customer base between September 2017, September 18. Meanwhile, its stock price has plummeted. So I like them, guys. I don't want to rip on Blue Apron. I don't mind them at all. I don't mind them at all. I don't think I'm going to do the James Beard Awards restaurant semifinalists because, they're just not near you. Maybe they are. I don't know. Do you live in the major population centers of America? Atomics New York City is one of the restaurants of the year. Ella in Washington, D.C., where I used to live. Pepovu in Minneapolis. Outstanding bar program, Anvil Bar and Refuge in Houston. Columbia Room, Washington, D.C. It's all these are major population centers. Planners House, St. Louis. Outstanding chef, Colby Geralt's, Blue Stem, Kansas City. Nice. Christopher Costo, the restaurant at Meadowood in St. Helena, California. Vikram Sundaram, Rasika, Washington, D.C. That sounds like an Oscars, like introduction, doesn't it? And the best chef goes to... Let's talk about a sponsor, shall we? Let's talk about pit barrel cookers. Now, do you know the ways of the smoke? Do you know how to smoke meats and slow roast meats? You need to learn. It's glorious. Noah and Amber Glanville created this company. Noah's a military member. He came back from the Middle East, had some PTSD, was welcomed by troops. They made barbecue for him by veterans. And he said, I'm home. So he built these glorious cookers, and they're like a big barrel. There's a special coating to the barrels that the heat does not affect. A lot of times, if you buy some sort of cookers, maybe the paint will peel off it or some sort of. This is a I don't even know how to explain it. There is a covering on the pit barrel cooker that is indestructible. Will never be bothered by heat. You hang the meat by hooks, or you can actually use it as a grill. You basically have a little vent at the bottom, and it asks you what your elevation is, and you just open that a little bit according to your elevation. I live in Kansas, so it's low. I think it's almost below sea level. Anyway, and then you just light your coals in your wood and let it go. Pitbarrelcooker.com, pitbarrelcooker.com. A couple of different ones. You've got the Pit Barrel Classic and the Pit Barrel Junior. Literally takes you 3 minutes to assemble, and then you're ready to go. Learn the ways of the smoke. It is important to learn the ways of the smoke. Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. Love Taco Bell. Taco Bell is selling rattlesnake fries. Now, these are not rattlesnake fries. They are spicy steak fries packed with a big punch for only $2.99. So they're steak fries, nacho cheese sauce, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They are available right now at Taco Bell beginning, it was February the 28th. So they are available right now. I want to try these, actually. My dogs are barking in the background, by the way. Taco Bell also has their Tripalupa. It's some restaurants nationwide, hitting Minneapolis, by the way, already. And they're doing it in Orange County as well. The Tear Apart Chalupa comes with seasoned beef, cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes, which is what every Taco Bell item has in it. Right? Or chicken. Taco Bell, you just take the same stuff and you just kind of roll it around and you add a different tortilla. And that's what it is. So funny. So the Tear Apart Chalupa comes with seasoned beef, cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes, and nacho cheese sauce on the side. Chipotle sauce on the other, and cheesy chipotle sauce in the middle. $3.49. Considering some regular chalupas go between $2.49 and $3.39, you're definitely getting some bang for your buck. All right, I like Taco Bell. I think Taco Bell's in Cincinnati. Taco Bell is testing a naked chicken chalupa and nacho fries combo. Comes with a crunchy nacho and a large drink for $5.99. So there you go. A little bit more food innovation from Taco Bell. Testicle flavored beer. Yes, there's a thing called Rocky Mountain oysters. These are cow balls. I'll just tell you, they're not cow balls because cows are not balls. Steer balls. So anyway, They start off as bulls, then they lose their testicles, and then I think they become steers. That's what it is. Anyway, this is one of the things they do in the Midwest. Animal testicles fried, and they're actually quite tasty until you discover that they tell you what it is. It's a big running joke in the Midwest. You're like, hey, try this, man. And you taste it, and you're like, God dang, that's good. And the guy goes, hey, man, you know what you just ate there? Them's turkey turkey testicles. There's a beef testicle. I've had this done to me several times, and I'm like, oh, damn, this is good. And then you find out what it is, and you go, I'm going to throw up. Wine Coop Brewery is doing a Rocky Mountain Oyster Stout. Okay? Limited release, limited fan base. They originally did it just to try it, and apparently some people thought it was really awesome. 7.5 or 7.2% alcohol by volume and a nice meaty flavor. Takes about 6 hours to brew. So that's available, I guess, in Colorado, and they can keep it. I have no desire. $18 scotch voted one of the best. Remember $2 Chuck, which is now like $4 Chuck, which is at Trader Joe's? 40 industry experts decided that Lidl's, which is a grocery store, I guess, over in England, LIDL, it's like the... what is it? The Aldi of Great Britain. They have an $18 scotch. And it is supposed to be that. It's called Queen Margot. Top scotch in the world, and it beat out Johnny Walker Black. $17.98. Now it is available in this state at Lidl locations, LIDL locations in New Jersey, Virginia, North and South Carolina, Delaware, and Oregon. And at that price, it's not going to last. It's just not going to last. I remember when $2 Chuck came around, and it was like, oh, my God, we got to have it. And then we went and got it, and you're like, yeah, it's might be a bargain at $2, but if you're paying $3, it's a little bit more. Okay, the keto diet. I'm trying to gingerly put this because it's gross. Jenna Jameson and Gwyneth Paltrow, they are big believers in the keto diet. Apparently, it causes something with women called keto crotch, which is an unpleasant smell. I'm a guy, so I don't have girl parts, so I feel uncomfortable. But apparently, if you eat keto diet, some things smell different. It's like for all of us when it comes to asparagus. But apparently, for women, the keto diet really gets a little brr down there. Foods that give off notably offensive odors, including garlic, onions, mint, turmeric, curry, blue cheese, and other fermented foods, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and asparagus also cause that down there in the nether regions with women. But there is a solution. You can have fresh fruit juices, whole grains, and Greek yogurt. That'll make it all better. Wow. More than I needed to know. Keto crutch. Keto crutch. I don't have time to get into this vegan YouTube star who had to give up the vegan diet because he was so unhealthy. Apparently and this guy's a nut. He like drinks his own pee and stuff. He said he ate raw eggs and some salmon, and immediately something sexual happened to him. This is why veganism is an eating disorder, kids. This is why veganism is an eating disorder. I'll share the rest of the details on that and more food news on the next episode of this show. It is called Sound Bites. My name is Rob Carson. If you want to write me, Carson on the radio, gmail.com, Carson on the radio at gmail.com. And you can also go to my Facebook, which is Rob Carson's Table. Rob Carson's Table. All right? Thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks to this glorious network for having me on. I don't know if it's a good choice or not. Anyway, we'll talk to you again soon. Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. Bye.